The whispering woods and the quiet fox deep beyond the last street lamp of the sleepy town of Brookhaven lay the whispering. Woods of forest where magic wasn't too loud or flashy, but soft, steady, and woven into everything. Sunlight dripped like honey through emerald leaves. Rivers sang in bubbling harmonies. And the creatures who lived there, they weren't dragons or unicorns, but beings shaped by the quiet wonders of the wild. There was Pip, a squirrel whose tail sparked with firefly light when he told stories. Moss, a badger who carried entire gardens on her back, blooming with wildflowers that changed with the seasons. And high in the canopy, Zephyr, a hummingbird whose wings painted the air with fleeting rainbows when she flew. But the most mysterious of all was Lumi, a silver fox with fur like moonlight and eyes that held the stillness of a deep pond. Lumi never spoke. She moved silently, healing broken branches with a touch, guiding lost fawns home with a flick of her tail, and listening, always listening to the forest's secret songs. No one knew where Lumi came from. Some said she was born from the first frost. Others whispered she was the forest's own heartbeat made flesh. But lately, something was wrong. The whispering woods were growing quiet. The river's songs had faded to murmurs. Flowers bloomed dull and scentless. Even Pip's tail light flickered weakly. The creatures gathered beneath the great oak. The hearthstone is dimming, Moss said, her back garden wilting. The hearthstone, a smooth, glowing rock at the forest's center, was the source of all their magic. Without its gentle pulse, the woods would fall silent forever. We need to recharge it, chirped Zephyr, her rainbows pale. But how? Asked Pip. It only glows when the forest is in harmony. All eyes turned to Lumi, who sat apart, gazing toward the edge of the woods where the paved roads and cookie-cutter houses of Brookhaven began to creep closer every year. Humans had been cutting trees, paving paths, and leaving behind noisy machines and glittering trash. The forest's song was being drowned out. Lumi stood. She didn't speak, but she turned and padded toward the human town. The others gasped. No forest creature had gone near Brookhaven in generations. It was too loud, too strange, too dangerous. But Lumi didn't stop, and after a moment's hesitation, Pip, Moss, and Zephyr followed it. They crept through backyards, wide-eyed at plastic toys, blinking streetlights, and the rumble of cars. They found Lumi sitting beneath a small window. Inside, a girl named Maya sat alone, drawing in a notebook. Her house was tidy, but quiet. Her parents worked late, and she missed the woods she used to explore before new houses blocked the path. Lumi stepped into the moonlight. Maya gasped, but didn't scream. She'd seen the fox before, always at a distance, always watching. Slowly, Lumi placed a single, glowing acorn at Maya's back door. Then she did something no one expected. She whispered, not with words, but with a soft, melodic hum that carried the sound of rustling leaves, chirping crickets, and distant waterfalls. Maya's eyes widened. She opened the door. You're from the Whispering Woods. Lumi nodded. That night, Maya followed Lumi into the forest. She saw the dim hearthstone, the drooping flowers, the worried faces of Pip, Moss, and Zephyr. She understood. The woods weren't just losing magic, they were losing connection. "I can help," Maya said. She ran home and returned with her whole class the next day, not to take, but to listen. She taught them to walk softly, to leave wildflowers be, to pick up litter, and to sit quietly and just hear the forest breathe. The children planted native seeds along the forest edge. They built birdhouses from scrapwood. They even convinced the town council to reroute a planned path away from the great oak, and something beautiful happened. As the children's laughter mixed with the river's song, as their careful hands tended the earth, the hearthstone began to glow softly at first, then brighter color returned to the flowers. Pip's tail sparked like a constellation. Moss's garden bloomed with midnight violets and dawn-pink clover. Zephyr's wings painted the sky in shimmering arcs. Lumi stood at the forest's edge, watching Maya and her friends build a small bench from fallen branches. For the first time, the fox opened her mouth and a single, clear note floated out, joining the river's melody. The Whispering Woods hadn't just been saved, it had grown. But its magic now included something new. The gentle, hopeful hum of human hearts learning to belong to the wild. And every evening, as fireflies blinked like tiny stars, Maya would sit on her bench, sketching the silver fox who no longer needed to be so quiet, because the forest's greatest magic wasn't in its creatures or its stones, it was in the bridge between worlds, built not with wood or stone, but with kindness, curiosity, and the courage to listen. The Whispering Woods whispered on louder, brighter, and more alive than ever because now it had friends who truly heard it.